So this is the first time that I am playing F124, and the handling model so far is awful. However, after getting better setup and changing some things such as like wheel rotation and stuff, I've discovered that the game it is playable. And I know there will be a patch in the future, but for now, you know, this will do. This will do for now. So yeah, it's my first race anyway, and any wheel-to-wheel action that I've done in this game. This is my my very first qualifying lap of the game. Setup that I've created myself. I've used a baseline setup from Jarno Optly, and then I've tweaked it myself just to sort of make it a bit better for me. The AI I've got them on a 95 difficulty, which is like 5 less than what I'm used to, but it's still expert level. So I'm happy with that. And I switched off corners as well. This is my first time with no assists, like literally 0 assists. So that's why I wanted to just drop it a little bit, just to see if I'm a little better at it or not. You know, I find this game's got a lot of oversteer in some of the corners, like with this setup, but it's definitely a better version of the setup. Like you can see on the main straight now, when we come onto it, that we bottom out, like it stops at like 190ish. So I do need to make it up, but it does make up for it in corners. That's the thing. So yeah, so I come around the end of quali here, and I do manage to get into pole position. However, as we're about to see, the AI went out again. You can see him in the distance there, and they managed to drop me all the way down. I'm in qualifying 1, so I get knocked out in Q1. Yeah, all the way down in 18th. So that's not good by half a second. But like I say, it's the first time I'm using it, so you know, it's just unlucky. You know, it's the first time without corners. So for this race, I'm deciding to go on the alternate strategy, I believe. With the hards, try to go sort of 20 odd laps on the hards, just because the tyre wear, once it reaches about 40%, it does start to it just falls off a cliff. And I've noticed that like the front left on this track will go to like 40%. You might only have like 10% wear on the front right. It is just massive load on the front left on this track anyway, at least. So and I think most of the grid will probably go like medium hard or soft medium. They don't tend to do the alternate strat, so this will probably help me in the long run if I can stay with them in the DRS. So that was my main aim, was just to sort of stay with the pack. I did do a formation lap, but I had a bit of an excursion at the end of it. I ended up actually on the grass, so trying to warm my tyres up. So I ended up with grass and cold tyres. So yeah, not great. So yeah, the 5 lights coming up, and it's lights on, away we go. Yeah, we do an awful start because of that. Unfortunately, the wheels spin. Even there was 2 Ferraris at the back, which I'm really surprised about. I don't understand why they're back there, but this is equal cars. So 95 AI on everyone's equal. We do manage to get back ahead of them. We try to take Bottas as well, but unfortunately, just not able to get there. But we do, we want to come back at him. So I'm not going to take advantage of the cars right at the start of the game and be able to jump past those cars. I want to do this properly. We come from a long way back here. We do actually manage to get the move done on Bottas. But actually, he starts to come back at us because the car unfortunately isn't powerful. It's just good on the corners. So we do manage to push him out in the end. A little bit of a chronic oversteer there, but we do manage to get it done. Just trying to get used to the new tyre model, the new just everything. Keep minimum mistakes, like better tyre model, get the handling and the tyre model just sort of fixed out. And get the move done on Stroll. Nice little move there. That's going to be definitely a move that we're going to do over and over again in this race. And then we managed to go and get a little warning, which is a bit annoying. DRS enabled as well after lap 1. That's a new thing, like obviously that's in real life. This move was definitely not on. I do not know what I was doing there. I completely locked up. Luckily I pulled out of it. Otherwise, there's no chance I would have survived that. But yeah, so DRS now is now enabled up to 1 lap rather than 2, so that's going to help with wheel-to-wheel racing, at least in keeping the pack together. And I'm gaining, and this is going to be a move that I'm going to be doing a lot in this race. It's the best one. It's a late braking area. I've literally set up my car ready for that sort of thing. So yeah, absolutely flying in that corner. Then gets right up behind Albon. Then we put on this overtake here. Just thinking, should I go for the move? Fake the inside, go to the outside. That's another little move that we're going to do. But he does manage to hold it around the outside. This move has taken a bit longer than I was hoping it was going to take. I thought I would have dispatched with him by now, but no, he is still holding out.
Hanging out.
He is still on my right. It's a ridiculous amount of time to hold him out there. We do get a bit of oversteer. He's still there, but we do manage to get past him in the end. Luckily, it just took a few more corners just with the oversteer. And now we're coming up behind Hamilton to make a move on Hamilton. No, sorry, it's Russell. And it's another little just late braking. A lot of the late braking, it just does seem to work. You know, it was a much easier move than I thought it was going to be. And then the same move on Sargent.
It's a bit of a dive bomb, but okay.
Bit of a lock up, unfortunately there, but we do manage to get him in the end.
Gonna go on the first sector.
And now on to Ocon. Yeah, we are pushing now for the points. We're getting there. We're nearly into the points. So just got to set this move up to him. You can see he is pretty quick on these tyres. Fake the inside once again to go to the outside. Do hang it around the outside. A little bit of contact there, I think. We've dispatched of the soft runners, obviously. Their tyres started to go off, and I started to realise that these mediums were starting to go off here as well. So I was just hoping that I could try and push it. As we see, Joe goes off in the back. I think he just had a bit of an off, I think. Coming up to lap 14, they're starting to think about pitting surely soon, so now we've got to try and push ourselves on to Hamilton. They've pulled away, but no, he is engulfed in flames. He nearly hits the side of me here as he goes to try and pull off to the right. But yeah, that's the first DNF I've seen. It's good to see that they have got mechanical failures in here, because it happens, you know, so that is decent. Yeah, this did cause me to lose at DRS though, but we do manage to get back in it with the ERS. It's really easy to get ERS this year. You can deploy batteries so often and just getting it back so quickly. It's really good though. It makes wheel-to-wheel racing so much better. You know, there's a lot more overtakes. And now we're getting to the phase where they are going to pit. Our teammate gets in, but we've lost DRS again, so we need to push again to get back in. But on the next lap, unfortunately, the same thing is going to happen again, because they're all going to start pitting again, and that is actually going to put us into the net lead of this race, with Verstappen and Norris at the front pitting. Now they're all going to go on to the medium tyres, but I'm going to try and hang it around lap 20 that way, just so that I've got a lot less laps to do on these mediums, because I feel like the tyre wear, the percentage is going to get high. These are around about 40% at the moment now, and they're starting to feel horrible. The front left is definitely feeling dreadful, and we're about 19 seconds ahead, but as you can see, it's dropped now to nearly 16. It was about 20, and I don't know how much it is, about 25 seconds for a pit stop, so we're going to end up about in the 20s, about 23 maybe, so we'll end up about 7 seconds behind Norris at the way it comes at the moment, but it says we should end up in P9. So fingers crossed we can try and come back, try and get out in front of Russell, who's in P9 at the moment. We have stuck with it here, and as we're coming in, I do slow down a bit much there, but I attack this line, and I've looked at it frame by frame. I am 50 on the line. Literally goes to 50. It doesn't hit 49, it doesn't hit 51, it is 50 on the line. But we have done it perfectly. And now, nice little optimal stop. So now we just got to try and get out there as quick as we can.
We are on a tyre advantage.
Get that get that pit limiter off and just try and get out in front of Russell. He is coming up behind us. He is coming fast behind us. He's coming fast, but we do manage to get in front of him. We're slightly out of DRS for Gasly, but half a lap to get 3/10. But we are on the better tyres. They got tired. We got tired deficit. We are much better, much faster on these mediums. And as you can see, we're just able to get the traction out the corners and just catch up to them so quick for the straights. So we just push Gasly a little bit wide there. He does try and hang around the inside. This is a longer move than I was hoping again. A lot of these moves, I do like the wheel-to-wheel racing that the AI are doing. They are a lot better this year, I gotta be honest. There's not much wrong with this AI. They are very good, very aggressive. They do use the ERS in a weird position. You'll see he starts to harvest where you want to see actually, because I go straight for the move because I need to slingshot past these cars to push for the top 5. So now we are going to stick on board with this actually, I think, because I need to put in a quality lap. I need to go for the fastest lap here to get that 2.5 seconds down. I got to do it within 2 laps because my ERS is already down to 30. We're really pushing hard here. You can see it does gain back. We're already doing 40. One corner we've done 10% of our battery. It's mental how much you can save, but we do need to push to try and get back up into these top 5 positions. If we go on any chance of winning this race, because the laps are just going to disappear fast. We've got 10 laps. We need to get rid of a car every 2 laps, but we need 2.5 seconds to gain back. We are pushing so hard here. You can see the car snapping. I'm able to hold it because of the new tyre model, which is brilliant. That's the only good thing about it at the moment, really. That's very good. And as you see, we've gained a full second. We've dropped the cars behind a little bit. Gasly has stuck with me though, actually, with the DRS, so he has actually managed to catch up. So this is actually going to become a bigger train. It's actually going to be from 9th all the way up to 1st. They're going to be together if we finally get there. We do stick a 14.9 on the board, which I'm really, really pleased about. That's a very good time for me for the race without any assists. And by lap 24 then at the end, we do manage to pull up behind Piastri. And we are putting purple sector after purple sector. Without the DRS in the first sector, that wasn't able to go fastest lap there. It shows how much of a difference it makes. We've lost half a second. But then we do manage to close up halfway through the lap. I need to start getting rid of them. We've got 8 laps to pass the 5 cars, so again we send it into this corner, hanging it nice and wide just to make sure he pulls out of the move. If you try that on Verstappen, he will attack you a lot harder, but now we come on to lap 26 and they are fighting at the front. We notice that Norris and Verstappen are both wheel to wheel knocking each other. We hit the switchback on Perez at the end of sector 1 and we actually go down the inside on Perez. And then we are actually going to try and get down the inside of Magnussen, but no, we're not able to. Luckily, we do lock up, which I'm going to say that's lucky, because we would have hit the back of him, we would have broken our wing, our little nose, and we would have been out of the race. There's only 5 laps left here now too, so I need to push a Magnussen. It's been difficult for me to get on the back of them in the first sector. As you can see, we start bottoming out, we just start losing that speed. We're at 208, but we're just not able to get him. But we do manage to get a bit of a slingshot at the end as he starts to harvest. We do get the move done. We do lock the front up as well. I'm locking the wheels up a lot on turn 1 and a lot on the not this hairpin, but the one after, a lot in this race. But now we're coming up now. Just 3.5 laps left. We've got to push. 2 cars left to get rid of, pull out, but I brake way too late, and now we've gone in really deep, locked the wheels up like I said. Luckily we can slot back in front of Magnussen. He was half a second behind us luckily, and we're just able to pull it back in. We've used up so much of the battery, well we still have 50% of the battery, but we used a lot of our battery there that we had been saving, because I was hoping to get on the back of Verstappen and then maybe sit behind Verstappen for a couple of laps and then take him maybe on lap 32. So we're coming up now to the penultimate lap. There's 2 ahead of us. We need to get at least one of them. We put on the battery very early. We get really close, get a lovely little slingshot from Verstappen, which then goes on to Norris, which then goes back to Verstappen. And we manage to see there's a gap on the left, and we just thread the needle between the 2 of them, brake very late, lock up the front again, but we are able to get this car stopped in time, and now just a lap and a half away from victory. We are going to try and hold it. We haven't got much battery left though. It is a struggle city here for us now. We are down so much on battery. Even though it's easy to gain 20% battery, no DRS, with the car that we've got in the straight line, we're going to be a sit and duck on these straights. So there's only half, what's it, 6/10 at the moment, 6.5 tenths, 6/10 on the corner. No, it's about 6.5 tenths. As you can see, it dropped 6, 5, 4.5. We lost 2 tenths just in that one straight there, and that's a lot smaller than the main straight. And now it's down to half a second. This is going to be difficult for us to hold going into the final lap. This is a do or die. We'll either lose this here. There's no way I'll be able to fight Verstappen back before the end of the race. We pull over to the right to get rid of the toe. It's over 6/10, but he is coming. It's down to 5, 4, 3, 2. He's flying down, but luckily we managed to hold him off. If that straight was any longer, or we didn't deploy the ERS as early as we did, he is easily overtaking us. Mental that we were able to actually hold that, because I felt like he was going to do it. He was coming so quick down that straight. But we do manage to hold on. We do manage to hold it. He's got a couple more corners now. I do need to hold it though. The tyres are starting to go. And any mistake and he'll get me. And it's fairly low on ERS. But we are able to manage a bit, and we have got some battery, and we do deploy it, and we do manage to stay ahead at this point. Only a few corners left, and hopefully we'll get this win here. It's just the final sector to bring it home in one piece, and we do manage to get the job done. This is my first win in my first race. Maybe 95 AI might be too low, so I might look to increase it. Obviously I wasn't sure with the cornering, but I'm glad I was able to do this without any assists anyway. So it's nice to get rid of the line. It looks so much better on the screen, like as Danny Rick gives us a lovely little battle cry there for the win. But this has been a good race. I've enjoyed it. Wish he would do a shoey. It would be good if he was doing a shoey. I do say that. So maybe I'll do now a career mode with Danny Rick, maybe to try and... maybe I'll get him back to Red Bull, because Red Bull are just a bit too easy on this game, I feel, so I'd rather just do something a bit more challenging. But maybe McLaren, maybe get him out to McLaren. So it was a good race, and I'm looking forward to playing more of this game. Thank you everyone for watching and for sticking with me for this race. So I hope to see you all soon. So, that was a decent race, to be fair. I think I did alright. PlayStation